y'all ready to catch that wave?
Wayv magazine, what's the word on the streets? Wendell here. We're here at Silky Kitchen, all right? Paying homage to Karma Soleil's new work called Milieu. We're gonna do the album review, and you know, as always on Wayv, we're here with the food challenge. So Karma is a vegetarian, or you know, she's into healthy eating. So I figured over at Wayv, we're gonna, you know, combine a little bit of the two, a little bit of healthy eating with a little bit of adventurous eating, all right? So on the menu, we're going to have the pig ear salad, and we're also going to have spicy squid. All right, so rock with us, Wayv magazine. This is for Karma Soleil, and this is episode 2 of Wayv magazine, season 2, featuring Karma Soleil. We're at Silky Kitchen. We're gonna get the food really soon. All right, so until then, catch that wave and hang out. All right, peace. Salad. Oh. Here at the Silky Kitchen, catch that wave. We're gonna first start off with the pig ear salad. All right, take a look at that, guys. Pig ear salad. All right, let's check. It smells good. It smells spicy. It smells like bacon. All right, so here we go. We're gonna try the pig ear salad first. Okay. See that there, guys? The pig ear salad, only on Wayv magazine. Catch that wave. Pig ear salad, tastes so nice, gotta try it twice. I guess in hindsight, listening to Karma Soleil's new album, Milieu, it's kind of like a culinary adventure as well. It's music set to a culinary adventure. Because I can hear tracks like Geo Nova, like areas playing in my ear right now. As I'm eating this food, and I feel like I'm on a musical journey as well as a culinary journey. So thank you, Karma. Appreciate it. Okay. Pretty spicy. Now, let's get into the squid. All right, the spicy squid. So I can't really move this too much, but let's take a look at this real quick, all right? See that? There's so much juice on it. You see that? See that? It's a spicy squid. Let's get into that, Wayvers. Get a nice piece right here. Alright? Lots of noodles here. Take a first bite. That's pretty good. Feels good there?
Wayv magazine. Ain't nothing special, just the truth.
What's good, y'all? Wayv magazine. Ain't nothing special, just the truth. Wendell here. Rainy Friday night in Brooklyn, but definitely glad to see the rain again. As you can see, it is damp. It is super damp. But once again, I'm off in the streets looking for that music with them tight beats. I'm heading over to Fem's album release party, and what I've been listening to so far sounds amazing. So rock with us. We're gonna holler at Fem's, ask her those important questions, and we're gonna keep it moving, all right? So y'all stay tuned and catch that wave. Peace. Wayv magazine. Ain't nothing special, just the truth. I'm chilling here with the fellas right here. We're at Fem's album listening party. We're out here in the rain, but you know what? We're happy to have it. So fellas, if you don't mind me asking, you guys are all familiar with Fem's music, yeah?
Yeah, bro.
All right. What comes to mind when you think of Fem's?
Well, it's a fresh synth kind of like wave artist that is like really bringing like sounds that maybe like are surprising.
Facts.
And it's really cool.
Facts.
Like lyrics that are like special and true and human. It's cool.
Yes, sir. Every artist has a favorite song on their album. What's your favorite song on your new album?
Well, my favorite song is Consumir Despacio, which is like consuming it slowly. Because we were talking that we're cancers.
Yes.
And that song is about letting, I want everyone around me, let me feel what I feel. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. I just need to feel it. I just need to embrace it. I need to experience it and go through it. So I think that song was very important to me when I wrote it, because I was going through something. It's not bad, but I was going through something deep.
Sure.
So I think that's my favorite, and people like it. People dance. It's a song about about feelings and about good
Sure.
stuff, but people can dance.
Hey, Fems, can you introduce us to your studio and show us what we got going on here?
Yeah, of course. Let me show you. I have right here my this is like DJ controller.
Nice.
I've been learning to DJ the past like year and a half. I have here my guitar, my bass, my acoustic guitar. This is like my main instrument. I love it. She's my
She has a name?
muse. Yes, Josephine. Josephine. Yeah, my mirror ball. I have here my keyboards, my computer. Basic stuff, but like you can just create so many things with all of it.
Do you have to say to other young Latinas who are inspiring to be in music but want to go a way that's not the traditional?
Okay, it's very simple, but it's just to believe that you can do it. That's the only thing that you need. You just have to believe that you can do it. You just have to trust other people, because you need to collaborate. You need other people so you can grow. You can grow faster, So yeah, that's what I would do. Just do your thing. Just keep going, keep learning, and eventually you will see the things that are going to happen.
Appreciate it. Hey, we're gonna be back with Fems. We're gonna listen to her album. Then we're gonna come back and ask her some questions about the album. But for right now, hey Fems, Wayv Magazine.
Ain't nothing special, just the truth.
Thank you so much, my friend.
You're welcome.
Wayv Magazine, ain't nothing special, just the truth. Wayv Magazine, what up? This is Dr. Andres Amitai Wilson, coming to you live from my home in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm a guitar player, a poet, a songwriter, a singer. I've been playing guitar most of my life. That's the sort of center of my life, the great passion of my life, though I wear many hats. And I play in all styles, from hip hop to heavy metal, everything in between. I've played jazz, I've played reggae, I've even played country music. And today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the guitar parts that I played on a beat with my homie, my longtime friend and collaborator, Del Wells. Big ups, gratitude to Del for asking me to take part in this project. I'm going to be playing a bit of the tune we worked on together with the great Jay Sarastro in Switzerland, a tune called Penny. I'm going to try to replicate all my parts just using a looper. So let's hear how this goes.
Yo, DJ, okay, we good? She whispered nothing sweet, held my ears to shield her screams. It's just the heartbeat of the city. Cigarettes with a whiskey neat, company with cons and creeps. Pray for her soul to keep a shiny pendant on her sleeve. That's Penny, stealing peace of my mind again. I've grown accustomed to her combustible behavior, playing on my sympathy in C major. Raindrops traced into a heart-shaped box before tears replaced my pixies in the cage. From center stage to a cell block, here's to the light of day, and the veil draped over a grave, sins even the daughter can't escape. How's that for nostalgia? 61 Chevy Impala, Pocahontas spit on a panhandler who stumbled into a blunder, brushing against the bumper. Shudder to think how he suffered before the Last Supper. Setback, strength, and she's tougher. Step backwards on the foot of karma. Cartwheel undercover after hours. Crash diet driving fast out of towners. Raindrops traced into a heart-shaped box before tears replaced my pixies in the cage. From center stage to a cell block, here's to the light of day, and the veil draped over a grave, sins even the daughter can't escape. This one's for Penny. We still love you, girl. Penny, I'm writing you to let you know the sky's still blue. Time will heal these wounds. You learn to live with the lives you ruin. You're still that Penny. Don't let the penitentiary punish you prematurely. Own that tragedy on a hurt knee. Angry family, rightfully so. Path to redemption's a journey. Buckle up, bumpy road. There goes some mother's dreams and hopes. Bloody memorandum. Gotta be grateful, still the last woman standing. Random stabbing in the back during chow. Another story to tell. Knuckleheads on the same route. Chasing cloud to incarceration. Danger served in moderation. Orange jumper modifications. Put a yard in the commissary. When you get home, I'll be waiting. This one's for Penny.
Hello everyone, I'm OK54, born in Germany and living in the Netherlands. Sometimes I'm a musician, then I like to play around with all sorts of possibilities. I use instruments but also random stuff that I find and often something comes out of it. My influences and or inspirations come from all directions. Music has always been present in my life since I was a child and I grew up with it. I had an interest in it very early on, a curiosity, but I'm also easy to impress. I'm just into stuff that really blows up in my face and touches me. I like working with others. I like it when everyone throws their ingredients into a pot. We put it on the fire and see what simmers and comes to the surface. With that in mind, we're now hearing a collaboration with The Real Rusto Rapper, the beatmaker. Yo Kyle Lee Better. Thanks bro, thank you Wendell, thank you Wayv Magazine for the invitation, it's a great honor. All the best to you. Regards.
I'm a celebrity in the cemetery filled with no bodies. Allergic to the daylight, forgot what the day's like. A waste of a life for many. I played my position right, part and white won't be the death of me. Close friends with the enemy, collectively corrupt and the MC. Got a diary, snot, bloody battlefield repertoire. Distorting my speech, I told Elise to hang on. This beat got me geek. Money stays strong, partying till sanity seems out of reach. Traded my ID for an RV. That's what my girl ADW. Too many nosebleeds, prostitutes in my bedroom. I made love to fiends trying to escape the moonbeams. She called me a bully in the sheets. It's the chemistry of Hennessy and hostility. The haunting won't let me sleep. So before the sun peaks, I'm back in the streets. A suicidal strategy for a nigga chasing a dream.
A review of the composition Milieu isn't as cut and dried as critiquing the works of fellow Wayv aficionados. One doesn't just listen to Milieu, it's an experience. Introducing Karma Soleil and her friend, a guy named Jessica. Love that segment on your YouTube channel. Tell me, did a guy named Jessica provide any creative sparks for the Milieu project?
I like that you asked me about Jessica. Yes, Jessica did inspire me for a few of the tracks on Milieu. He let me use his 808 and I got a little creative myself with it because he was teaching me how to use it. And I created Charlie Cutie, Labyrinth, and Zion with the 808.
Let's talk about active listening. How do you think being an active listener assisted with creating the original chords and harmonies for Milieu?
Wow, that is a great question. Because I listen to a lot of music from all over the world and from my travels, I'm constantly listening to everything from drums, bass, woodwinds, strings, and I'm figuring out how they put their own music together for their culture and mixing it with what I know from my own culture and just my own creativity. So this album is not your typical conventional pop, hip-hop, jazz kind of thing because I incorporated it all in a creative or unique way, I'll say. So active listening played a huge part in me creating this album.
When your ears have traveled all over the world and have adapted a knack for identifying sounds from different cultures, what part does that play in mapping out the tone or the vibe of the project?
Alright, so to map out the vibe and the tone of the project. So after I'm done active listening, I tend to treat every instrument that I'm using as a culture. And it has its own character, just like we do as people. And when I create my songs, they're not typical of what you may hear from your culture because I'm doing a melting pot. And in my song, I feel like I am creating a world where everyone is in harmony. And even though they're all different, they're all adding their own unique mixture to the overall song. And I consider the song kind of like a country. So you have all of these different instruments, all these different people coming together, and they are vibing. And when I get into a certain feel, like sometimes the drums will pull me in a certain direction, like a Latino vibe. I have this on my song Encora. I decided to take it to a kind of Latino vibe at the end because I felt like it was important to mix a few little odd characteristics in there, but you know, it kind of meshed well as if you're walking on a boulevard and then all of a sudden you see some people doing some street performing, street musicians or something like that, because that's exactly what happens in the real world. So that's usually how I catch a vibe of what I'm doing. I can start with either a bass or a flute or sax in some cases, or piano. Whatever I start with, it ends up taking me to other places. And at some point I feel like, okay, this is the place where I want to go. I want to have the Latinos and the Asians together, you know, in a kind of musical way, based upon where I've traveled in the world.
When listening to your music tutorials on YouTube, it's obvious you're a natural born educator. At what point in your evolution did the student become the teacher? When did you know you could help others to musically evolve as well?
When student and teacher become student, I would say I feel like I become a student every time I'm with one of my students, even though I'm the teacher, because each student that I've had teaches me something new. It's based on learning styles because every single person learns differently, and I don't always learn the same way that my students do, so I'm learning how to see how that works for them, and then I sometimes apply it to myself because I haven't done it that way before, I haven't thought that way before, so that's usually what happens. I am constantly in a learning mode as a teacher myself. It's happening simultaneously. I first knew or decided that I could help people was when I was a private saxophone instructor at an academy in Phoenix, Arizona. That was the first time I had the opportunity to teach music, and I was so happy to do it. And this saxophone student was able to produce a sound out of the saxophone within 30 minutes of taking one of my lessons. And if you know anything about saxophone beginners, they don't always know how to get a nice tone out of the sax. I was that person. I didn't know what to do when I first started playing saxophone. But because I spent years of practice and education and learning about the instrument, I learned exactly how to teach someone to do it easily. I did it the hard way because nobody taught me all of these things. I was more or less self-taught. So that was the moment when he produced that sound out of the saxophone within 30 minutes and he was able to play the scale. I was so happy and proud of him, and I was proud of myself for being able to articulate exactly how you can get a sound out of this instrument. Because most people just blow. They don't know what they're doing. That was me when I first started too. But yes, I just eliminated so many years of practice from his life just because I taught him the correct technique at the beginning. That's when I knew I wanted to continue to be a teacher.
Each title on Milieu tells a story, a whimsical tale extending olive branches from song to song. Can you tell us the story behind Loric's JS5?
So every song is a story. Like you said, I'm on this intergalactic adventure, and it's it's mirroring the life I've had the last 10 years, traveling all over the world, learning new things, teaching in many different countries. And Lorix JS5 was a melody that I wrote in high school, actually, and I never finished it. It's one of those projects that you start and you're thinking to yourself, okay, I don't have the inspiration for this right now, but I'll get back to it later. So I finally got back to it later, almost 20 years later, and I said, okay, let me figure this out. It starts off soft because that's the main melody that I wrote, and then it reaches this type of tension, and it's just like a battle, a struggle. Because it was a struggle to come back to a song that I had no inspiration for and try to figure out what to do with it. So in my intergalactic adventure, mixing it with the tension I've had to create this song, I mixed those two emotions together. So this is the tension moment of the album where Karma and her dog, in my story, are just experiencing turmoil. Like, there are problems, they're docked at a space station somewhere, chaos is rampant and loose, and she's trying to figure everything out. It all seemed good at the beginning, you know, slow, soft, but then tension hits. That's how it felt writing this song, like actually completing the song, so I hope I portrayed that feeling well. But that's the story of Lorix JS5. And the title itself is something I made up, and I said I need a station name, a station docking, because we're traveling, we're experiencing these problems. So Lorix JS5 is the name of the station, the space station that she stops off at to, you know, rest, try to rest, and move on to the next journey.
When the teacher once again became the student courtesy of a guy named Jessica, you were reintroduced to the 808 drum machine. Has lessons learned inspired you to use more drum kicks and toms in milieu?
So when I write music, I come from a background of jazz band and concert band, so most of my musical experience is rooted in jazz, where I had the drummer over there, the basses, trombones, trumpets, and saxes, and any other percussionists. I loved sitting in the middle of all of it. So part of that is to have the different percussive hits in my songs, and I always try to make sure I have a real drum set kind of feel to my music. Sometimes I don't, because I'm doing different genres, and you don't really need toms or hard-hitting kicks. You don't need it sometimes, but I really lost my mind in Labyrinth. So it's my drum symphony, because I wanted to write a song that reminded me of the 80s drums. The 808 inspired me. And you know, that Prince, Jets, Ready for the World, all of those bands back then had these sounds that they used the electric drum kits and everything. And I enjoy using the different parts of a drum kit. I enjoy it because it creates a different feel, dynamic, emotion, and you can go other places with it. You can pitch it to however you like to get a different vibe off of something. So yeah, it opened my mind to why people were using the 808 in the past when I was being taught by Jessica how to do this. So it did inspire me to use it a bit more, but based on certain feelings and moods I'm going for. Because I've learned using the 808, it doesn't really apply to everything. I had to use it a little sporadically, like not too much, but just enough, because too much can be overpowering sometimes. So it's a balancing act, but like I said, I'm still learning some of this new stuff with the electronic instruments of the past.
After viewing your piano cam tutorial 7, the goal was to have control over individual fingers without moving the others. How has mastering this exercise helped with making unique chord combinations, eloquently displayed on Milieu?
Whew, that's another great question. These are great questions. For me, I practice my instruments a lot. And when I'm practicing my fingering techniques to make sure they just move as one, it helps me make less mistakes when I'm recording. Because when I start my composition process, I usually just sit here and zone out and get into my musical world. I'm not usually concerned about playing the right notes, but when I'm practicing, I don't need to be concerned about playing the right notes because I've already trained my muscles to do that. So the entire process gets faster from start to finish, so I have less time thinking about, oh no, I just played a wrong note, I need to fix it. And I can spend more time thinking, ooh, I like that vibe, let me do something else differently here. It really does help to practice our instruments. I can't think of any other way to improve musically other than to practice what you love. And for me, it's so important, even though I don't always have the time, it's still important to make sure I put in some time to do that, because I know in the long run, it's going to help me make less mistakes, be faster, be more creative. And I really learned a lot from my little piano boot camp by doing that. I learned new chords that I had never played before, and it inspired me to make Silvis on my album. Silvis, I was just trying to improv, really. The entire song is an improv, and I just was sitting here and I recorded it. And I said, okay, let's add some drums and bass. Keep it simple, like jazz. Just keep it simple. So it really does help with the practicing and inspiring me to do more of the creation than the technique. So I always recommend people to practice their instruments, even if it's 10 minutes a day. Everyone has 10 minutes a day to do something. You can just sit here and even if you don't have a piano or a finger drum, whatever instrument is your choice, you can practice something. 10 minutes minimum. And if you are like me, you say, okay, I'll give it 10 minutes, and then you end up giving it 1 hour. That's great. Because you got more into it than you initially planned, because this is something you love. This is Karma Soleil, and thank you for checking out my segment. Follow me on and get access to my album Milieu at these links. Thank you, Wendell and all at Wavy Magazine. Happy holidays, everyone, and continue to catch that wave.
pass the mic, bring back the cipher. After midnight, got a hankering for late night snacking. What's on the menu? Stinky tofu and Cabbage Patch, catch that wave if you can. Wayv magazine.